Something that's been really intriguing recently is the ceramics class story. Now, this is a story I've heard of a decent number of times, either in podcasts or in books or just people just talking about it. But the story basically is that a teacher that teaches ceramics, he is basically saying to one class, "Hey, this class only has one assignment. At the end of the semester, I'm just going to take one piece of pottery and grade it on a quality basis. So the higher the quality, the more grade you get." The other class that the professor teaches is the exact same, but instead of grading it on one piece of ceramic and grading it on quality, it's a quantity basis thing. So it's not going to be graded on quality, it's graded on quantity, the number of ceramics that the students can make. The higher the number, the higher the grade. And it turns out in the story that the class that does the quantity of ceramics ends up making the higher quality ceramics as opposed to the class that does one ceramic. Now, I think there are a few caveats to the story. In many ways I agree, but there are massive caveats. I think it's important to every iteration you need to figure out what you can do better. And if you're not doing that, you're just blindly putting stuff out, then I think you've missed the point and you're basically just doing stuff for the sake of doing stuff. You're not really improving and you're really not doing anything. It's just kind of like a busy work kind of thing at that point. So, in my personal life, I think that's kind of how we operate as software engineers. So, when we work while making software, we work in an environment that's called the agile environment. And in an agile environment, you have things that are done in sprints. Now, sprints are essentially iterations. And part of uh, what we do is at the end of every sprint, we kind of look back and say, hey, what could I have done better? Or it doesn't even have to be at the end of every sprint. It could be the start of the sprint. Hey, what could I have done better last sprint? And the goal is every sprint we should be getting better. Now, the other part of this is because we're putting stuff out on a quantity basis, I don't think everything has to be perfect, right? I don't have to do everything perfectly. I don't have to do the best that I can all the time as long as I can find small ways to improve. That's the biggest catch here is get stuff out and iterate over them so that it's always just even a little bit better because then it compounds over time.